Hello and welcome to Disassembly. Today we're doing another mini projects day. We are going to be fixing a logic probe, we're going to be harvesting the aux port and the rocker switch off of this PCB I found, and we're going to be building the thread mount for this webcam because I have broken it. And that's sort of why. Now I will start and say, I did have a different video planned, but it's currently pouring outside, so we're doing a mini projects day. So starting off, logic probe. I pulled this out of the garbage and it should be fully functional, but someone had ripped off or cut off by the look of it, the actual wires that come off of this thing. So I'm going to take it apart, solder new connections on, and see if I can get it to work. Thankfully, since I'm fairly sure that this isn't broken, all I need to do is just replace the contacts like I said. So I'm going to unscrew it and start soldering. Alright, so looking here, all we need to do is disconnect and resolder these two cables. Thankfully this one has the positive indicator, so that should allow me to just, well, put that into the positive when I do the testing. And it doesn't look like anything on here is burnt out or leaking, so it should still be in fully working order. Yeah, everything looks good. It doesn't even have electrolytic it doesn't even have any electrolytic capacitors, so nothing would have been able to leak in the first place. So let's just take everything out just so I don't rip anything. Alright, we have the second wire done. A lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so let's just pop this thing back in. Alright, so we have the thing back together. Now I'm going to figure out and see if there's a way for me to test this, which I think should just be me testing this on a 5-volt circuit just to see if it outputs 5 volts, but I'm also going to test it on 3 volts and 1 volt just to be safe so I don't blow this thing out. We're going to use our trusty variable power supply, and yeah, let's do it. In the past when I've used these, usually the voltage that you're seeing is about 3-ish volts, so I have it set to that on here. Now, what these are supposed to do is check to see if there's a positive logic voltage coming out of the circuit. Now, I don't have a TTL IC, so I'm just going to see if I can just get it to work by just saying, okay, here's 3 volts, you're definitely connected. So, because thankfully, all you need to do is just connect it to the same ground, and it should register as something. So hopefully we'll see. And I'm testing it at a lower voltage just to be safe. So you're gonna have this connected to here. We're also going to, okay, so we have it on. Let's see. None of the lights are showing up on there. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Nothing. I have no clue how to test if this works though. Ah, okay. So thankfully I was smart. I tried at a lower voltage before, a higher voltage, and apparently this thing runs off of 5 volts. Oh yeah, you can even see because now it's actually pulling. So let's see. There you go, it works. Let's see, memory. Alright. But look at that. We have it fully working. Awesome. So now I have a memory probe. Or a logic probe. Works with all the different types. That was my speaker turning off. Okay, so there you go. That was a success. I'm going to take some hot glue, slap it on the contacts so that they can't get ripped out. And yes, that was a success. Alright, I got a free logic probe. That's why you pull stuff out of the garbage. Alright, all glued up. Let's move on to the next thing. So, with the logic probe done and functional, we now move on to harvesting the aux port right here and the rocker button right here off of this thing. I don't know, I just found the PCB. So, looking at the aux port, I don't think I'll be able to harvest it, but I do think that the rocker switch is still harvestable. Now, I'm just going to use some braided solder wick to remove the stuff. And yeah, because this is a surface mount, it's not through hole. Alright, so we have the switch. We broke some stuff on it off, but we should be able to use the contact pins on there just to verify that it's still usable. Because worst comes to worst, I just put a few dollops of solder and we get it to work. So I'm gonna go grab the multimeter. So there's 4 positions on this switch that we're gonna see if it works. First one is off, obviously, no connection. Now we're gonna just see if we can test to make sure that the contacts still work. So first thing I need to find is the actual like contact point. Like just where are we actually looking for the contact? Because we have these 3 pins, but I don't know where the actual like connection comes in, which is a bit important to know. So this time we're gonna do it a lot tighter so that this thing does not walk away. Okay, so we found out that this pin on the side, which I'll mark here, we'll also show a photo of it. This pin is directly connected to that thing. So, trying to find that main pin. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Let's test this one. Okay, so it looks like we found the main pin. Looks like it's the one that's in the middle. So, and I'll mark that on the photo. And so let's just go and see. Alright, so we were able to determine, which I'll show in the photo now, this will just be a quick voiceover, that the 3 pins on the bottom correspond directly to their locations, and that the middle pin that I just circled in red, that one is the control pin. So all I would need to do if I were to ever use this is literally just solder some wires to that point, which honestly, it feels pretty good. So we're definitely going to be using it at some point. So I would consider that a success. So while we weren't able to harvest the aux port, we were able to harvest the rocker switch and maintain its functionality. So I could still use it as an actual button. So we'll just that, but all right. So now we get to the sort of longer one. So this webcam is fully functional. The only problem is though, this webcam originally came with a mount, or at least a mount inside of it. Now taking off this tape, you can sort of see that this thing is in a lot of pieces, and that's because I tried to use it for, what do you call it? Octoprint. And here, come on. There's a reason why there's duct tape holding this thing together. And that's sort of why. As you can see in this thing, the mount where you would mount to the thing that angles over your monitor, it just doesn't exist, and that's because I tried throwing some stuff in there before, while I knew how to use SolidWorks, and sort of just broke it, which is why there's no screws and the thing just falls apart. So what I plan to do today, which is why I saved this for last, is I'm going to take the 3D printed thread design that I know that I have and slap it inside of here and make it so I can put it on tripods again. Because, I mean, I have the knowledge now how to do so, and while this isn't the greatest webcam, it's still a webcam, and I can also use it for what do you call it, Octoprint, and make it look, well, make videos with it. So yeah, I don't know how old this thing is, I just know that it's really, really, really old. So it's still worth messing around with since it's, well, since I have it. Alright, so we have our caliper, we have our thing, and I just found out that it is a 1/4 inch 20 thread connector, or at least it's just 1/4-20 connector, and that should allow me just to create an easy thread in SolidWorks. So I'm actually just gonna look up some more specs just to be safe, but we're gonna design it in SolidWorks and print it out one of the printers, and well, there we go. Alright. So the hole on the actual webcam, so this hole right here, is 16.2 millimeters in diameter. And thankfully, worst comes to worst, we just do some other stuff. But yeah, here's a quick an interesting snapshot of the lenses I'm making, which I have had some updates, but I had to keep it secret. Alright, so we have the plug printed. First, let's see if it actually fits inside of this thing. Ooh, like a glove, no wobbling at all. Alright, so now that we know it fits in here, let's pop it out quickly. And now let's see, did the threads work? Did I guess correct? Okay, I mean it jiggles on there a little bit. Oop, falls off apparently. Let's see, when I screwed them fully, ooh, there you go. No jiggling whatsoever. That's coming from the screw on the bottom. I actually designed this and 3D printed it, which works really well. This is what I use for my tripod mount. So, yeah, I mean, it works. So let's see. Let's put it all together. And there you go. That is a success. That is a webcam with a mount. And the best part is, since it's a tripod mount, all I need to use is my C-clamp, what do you call it, tripod thing, and I can put this wherever I want. Awesome. All right, let's do this. So, the webcam fit and the threads are perfect. So, we can consider that a success. So, that brings us, well, to the end of the video. Originally, we were going to do a video where we see how fast we can go on our e-bike without our hats falling off or blowing off. And we're also going to try a few other different vehicles, but it rained both Saturday and Sunday, so I couldn't do it. I'm saving that for when I come home from break. So, well, I mean, we fixed the logic probe. We now know that it works fully. We were able to harvest the rocker button, which, I don't know, could be good for just some low-down stuff. And we fixed the webcam, so now I can use it for both Zoom calls, because originally I liked using this thing. The only problem is, though, the adapter that I have is just a random one I bought off of eBay, so it sort of is wonky at times. And yeah, so now I have a webcam that I can use, a rocker switch that I can use, and a logic probe that I can use. And well, that's just something that's I'm gonna add to my toolkit. And since it's a legit one too, I don't have to worry about it just being, well, cheap plastic garbage. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I have no clue what video I'm going to be doing next week, but I do know that it will be posted at the usual time, 8 a.m. on Monday. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for watching the other videos that I've done, because I've seen that I've had a large increase of people returning and watching the videos on this channel, which I'm never gonna make money off this channel. So when you come and watch it, it just shows that I'm doing something that's good. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.